than Dean Ambrose. I learned so much from this man, and it breaks my heart to see him go.
The unthinkable has just happened. Roman Reigns has formed a brand new Shield, and the WWE Universe is in shock. In a jaw-dropping twist on Raw, the Tribal Chief aligned himself with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, creating a powerhouse trio no one saw coming. But just as fans celebrated this historic union, Bronson Reed delivered a crushing betrayal by joining Seth Rollins' brutal faction. Now, battle lines are drawn, and SummerSlam is ground zero for all-out war. Will this new Shield survive the storm? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get ready. WWE will never be the same again. Tribal Chief transforms. Reigns abandons persona, reunites Shield with Rhodes and Punk Roman Reigns. Shedding his dominant Tribal Chief persona, walked into the arena tonight with a new fire burning in his eyes. The scars and battles from WrestleMania 41 fueled his resolve, but this time he came not as a lone warrior, but as the leader of a reimagined Shield. Enter Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, two former rivals turned brothers in arms, clad in sleek black tactical gear reminiscent of the Shield's glory days. The arena plunged into darkness, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and anticipation. When the lights snapped back on, the crowd erupted as all three warriors raised their fists in unison. A symbol that WWE's last hope against the rising tide of Paul Heyman's empire has arrived. Bronson Reed's betrayal. Seth Rollins' faction gains brutal new weapon. Just when the energy was at its peak, the arena's speakers blasted Bronson Reed's theme music, a signal that turned celebration into chaos. The massive powerhouse strode confidently to the ring, eyes locked not on the new Shield, but on the waiting arms of Seth Rollins. The crowd gasped as Reed walked past Reigns, Rhodes, and Punk, aligning himself with the merciless faction led by Rollins and backed by Paul Heyman. The betrayal cut deep. Reed, the man many thought would tip the scales in Reigns' favor, instead delivered a brutal powerbomb to CM Punk through the announcer's table. Rhodes and Reigns rushed forward to intervene, but Braun Breaker intercepted them with a thunderous spear that folded Rhodes like a deck chair. The faction of Rollins, Breaker, Reed, and Heyman stood tall, a force of brutality and cunning that seemed unstoppable. Meanwhile, the new Shield regrouped at the ramp, their eyes burning with vengeance. The war had officially begun. Unlikely allies unite. Wrestling psychology at its finest. This storyline is a masterclass in wrestling psychology. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, once bitter WrestleMania rivals, now united by a common enemy. Add CM Punk, the ultimate rebel, donning Shield colors and bringing his own unique fire to the alliance. Their shared motivations couldn't be more complex. Rhodes craves a showdown with Rollins, Punk has unfinished business with Heyman, and Reigns is laser-focused on reclaiming his throne. Then there's Bronson Reed, the wild card, whose shocking defection creates instant heat. His brutal alliance with Rollins' faction gives Heyman's empire a dangerous edge, a mix of raw power, experience, and ruthless aggression. Meanwhile, the new Shield embodies a different kind of threat: resilience, strategy, and a burning desire for redemption. Power struggles, hidden motives, and rising tensions. Is this all part of Heyman's grand strategy? Was Reed's betrayal orchestrated behind the scenes, or is there a mole within the new Shield? With SummerSlam only weeks away, questions swirl as fast as the tension. Can these unlikely allies coexist, or will old wounds and past grudges tear them apart before the biggest battle even begins? The arena's energy is electric. every fan picking sides as two of the most dominant factions in WWE history prepare to clash. Paul Heyman's empire, with Rollins, Breakker, and Reed, stands as a brutal force backed by cunning. Opposing them, the new Shield represents resilience, unity, and a fierce desire to reclaim WWE's throne. SummerSlam set to explode. A war for WWE's future. SummerSlam just became a war zone. The stakes have never been higher. The bloodlines have been redrawn, loyalties tested, and alliances forged in fire. This faction war is destined to be one of the greatest in WWE history. A brutal, emotionally charged saga packed with betrayal, revenge, and raw power. Will Roman Reigns truly remain loyal to his new allies, or will the shadows of his past pull him back? Could the legendary Rock step in to shift the balance? As the countdown to SummerSlam continues, the WWE Universe is buzzing with anticipation. Every fan hungry to see which faction will emerge victorious. The WWE Universe reacts. The Bloodline's future hangs in the balance. Backstage, whispers are growing louder. The Usos have been spotted celebrating with the new Shield, hinting at a potential full Bloodline reunion. But with Reed's defection, the family is fractured more than ever. Paul Heyman's smirk after the brutal attack says it all. This is just the beginning. The merch for the new Shield's tactical gear is flying off shelves, while the WWE shop crashes under demand for the latest Zilla Fatu Samoan Storm shirt. The energy is undeniable. WWE is in the midst of its most explosive era ever. Your predictions matter. Join the conversation. Who will win this war? Can the new Shield overcome the power and brutality of Heyman's faction? Is Bronson Reed truly loyal to Rollins, or is there a bigger twist waiting? Will The Rock make a surprise return to tip the scales? Drop your predictions below, smash that like button, and subscribe. Because when these two factions collide at SummerSlam, you do not want to miss a single moment. The Tribal Chief has spoken. The war for WWE's future is here.